dance for joy.
Welcome to Sensible Secondhand Reviews, the series where we look at practical and sensible cars you can buy for a budget of between £1,000 and £5,000. This is a 2016 Seat Ibiza ST 1.4 Eco TSI FR technology. My gosh, that's a lot of words. Is it any good? Should you care? Let's find out, shall we? So the Seat Ibiza ST was an estate version of the Mark IV Ibiza, and it came out in 2010. The normal Ibiza was launched back in 2008. Compared with the normal Mark IV Ibiza, it had a much more limited selection of engines. The base engine was a 1.2 with 69 horsepower, which I don't recommend. Far better to sort of go for one of the more powerful engines. In this case, you'd be looking at a 1.4 with figures about 83 horsepower. You could also, for some reason, get the normally aspirated version of the 1 litre 3-cylinder with 73 horsepower, which again is probably alright in one of these, but they're not very fast. They are actually a bit more reliable than the turbocharged version of that 1 litre with 93 horsepower, because the wet timing belt in that is not the best idea. Then we get onto some of the turbo engines. The least powerful one was a 1.2 TSI with 88 horsepower. Then there was a 1.2 TSI 103 horsepower. Later on, that engine was changed to 108 horsepower. And then at the top of the range, this 1.4 Eco TSI with 148 horsepower, which feels quite quick. There are also some diesels available, but as usual, due to controversial government legislation and all kinds of other reasons, we don't talk about diesels on this channel. So this 1.4 Eco TSI does feel quite rapid. I think it does 0 to 60 in less than 8 seconds. This is the most powerful version. You couldn't get the 1.8 from the sort of normal Ibiza in there, which was even faster actually. Feels really good to drive actually, but nice and taut and responsive, and very, very enjoyable actually. Considering this car's 137,000 miles, it feels really taut. You can sort of chuck it into the corners quite nicely. The standard Ibiza STs don't have this suspension up until this is an FR, so it's a little bit stiffer. It feels really good. The Seat Toledo that I used to have, which is based on a similar platform to this, wasn't nearly as good to drive. Actually, quite impressive. This view. I didn't expect it to be as nice as this. The last one of these I drove was a more standard one of 1.4 with 83 horsepower. It just wasn't like this at all. Excellent. So viewers, we're just keeping this running at the moment because the 12-volt battery is a little bit low. So I'm just keeping it running whilst I walk around it. We've got plenty of fuel, so that's not an issue. I think this Ibiza ST does look rather stylish. This is a facelifted. One facelift occurred about 2012, although it's towards the end of production. This is a 66 registration one, and the production of these finished in 2017. So yeah, it's quite a late one. I don't know why the exhaust is making slightly odd noises. I'm not quite sure. It could be just because the engine's cold. Also, my Seat badge has gone a little bit floppy. Don't know why that is. We'll have a look in the boot. This is one of the reasons why you buy one of these cars. It's a 430 litre boot, which is quite impressive. It's not quite as big as the Fabia estates were. This time it would have been the Mark III Fabia estate, and I have driven one of those a long time ago on the channel in 2018 actually, because my video for Mr. Franks actually still owns that car. So yeah, not quite the same platform as one of those. That's a slightly newer platform. This is slightly older than that, I think, but generally they're similar. So underneath the boot floor, we have a inflation kit because, well, of course we do, which is a bit of a shame. And we've got a two-piece sort of parcel shelf. I thought it had a low blind actually, one of these, but it doesn't. We've got as well some little hooks and things. Do we have a 12-volt socket in here, or do we not? I'm not sure we do. That's quite annoying, isn't it? Normally you'd need one of those in this state, wouldn't you? Boot light needs replacing. But yeah, reach down here and pull it down if you're not that tall. Let's put that back as well. There we go. This car does need a little bit of finishing off. It just needs a final clean, I think, actually, as well. So we get in the back. One of the things about these STs, as opposed to standard Ibiza, this is the Mark IV Ibiza actually, the current one is the 5, is that the rear doors are longer, so it's a bit easier to get in the back. You might even get more headroom in here, I'm not sure. Let's have a look and see what it's like. Small estate cars are just not around anymore. They're not around at all. This is one of the last ones that was on sale. The last one of all was the Fabia, but was discontinued in 2022. This being one of the later cars, we've got the latest steering wheel. We've got the same infotainment system that I had in my old Seat Toledo, but it was a 17 registration. So yeah, a lot of the controls are very similar. Weirdly, although this is an FR technology specification car, we've got windy windows in the back, which is sort of half embarrassing as far as I'm concerned, but there we go. Got some rear door bins, they look nice and big. One thing you don't get is any sort of luxury at all in these door cards. They look like they are out of a much more basic specification car, but there's no fabric on here at all, which is a bit of a shame. To be fair, the Toledos are the same as well, so there we go. Cup holder in the back. There's no rear armrest in here, which is a shame, but there we go. We do have some map pockets, so not massive, but they're there. I like the red stitching from this FR technology model. That's pleasant. Yeah, 6-speed manual in here and a normal handbrake, so you know, a lot of things not too bad at all, really. You can see the controls are really quite simple in this car. They're not going to require any sort of degree of you know, familiarity. You can just get in the car and drive it, which is good. Right, yeah, legroom's not the best, but it's alright actually. I think the Fabia is a little bit bigger than this, but it's not too bad. Actually, the interior on this later car, it seems like it's been made it more cohesive, and it's a little bit nicer looking. The earlier car I tested a long time ago now on Central Second Hand Reviews, I tested, I think it's a 13 plate, the one I tested, or something like that. It's pretty old. The interior didn't seem quite as good as this. Let's have a look and actually feel what the interior quality in front is like. So I want to get out of here and get in the front. Just saying, we've got these black wheels on this car. I'm not really fond of black wheels, but I suppose it looks okay. Got powerful mirrors on this car actually. I'll see if I can get those to work. And we've got automatic headlamps. And they're actually LEDs on this car, which is nice. The mileage is on the high side for this. It's 137,000, but to be honest, it doesn't feel too bad. The interior is actually worn quite well. Exactly the same controls as on a Mark IV Toledo. Here is the cruise control switch on the end of the indicator stalk, and then the wiper stalk there. I don't know if it's got automatic wipers as well as the automatic lights. Steering adjusts are nice. Let's see if we can actually get reach adjustment as well. Yeah, it does have reach adjustment. Fantastic. So easy to get comfortable in here. 12-volt socket and the USB port and aux in are down there. We've got 2 cup holders like on a Toledo again. They are different sizes for some reason. And then things like, it's a bizarre place to put the radio window switches, right down here. Door locking buttons are here, and then there's sort of stop start. For some reason, although this is one of the high spec cars, you've got blanking plates as well. I don't know what those are for. So the dash is actually quite nice. This is a nicer dash than the other Ibiza that I tried. It's actually got soft touch material on here. You don't get that in Toledo. The door cards are the same, they're just hard plastic, although I think I've noticed we've actually got some material on here, so This is obviously a very spec-dependent car as to how it feels on the interior. This is much better than the last one I reviewed in about 2021, I think it was. It's a long time ago. So we're just charging the battery up by running it, which is fine. Yeah, normal handbrake, 6-speed manual, which feels good. I've got a glove box. Is that going to fit my secret mission documents in? I'll have to get those out and have a look in a second. Little credit card holder in there if you want to put your credit card in there. I don't know quite why. Actually, but one thing I might do, can you lift this cover up here? Yeah, look, oh my gosh, the CD player is hidden right in there, underneath this cover. I mean, you're not getting to that in a hurry. That is quite a problem, actually. If you want to change CDs on the move, you pretty much can't do it. I mean, that would be very dangerous to do that. Just bear that in mind. Can we get these power fob mirrors to work? Oh, yes. Oh, superb. Yeah. It's a bit mean to only have 2 electric windows, but, you know, a lot of cars were like this back in the time. You know, Corsa E's and Fiestas and things were a bit like that as well. Yeah, door pockets seem nice and big. The manuals in there, the classic Seat manual that they used to have, which always looked to me a little bit cheap on the cheap side, but it's all there. Right, no sunglasses holder unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame, but there we go. Let's actually open up the bonnet and have a look at the engine then. So this is the familiar 1.4 148 brake horsepower Volkswagen Eco TSI engine, which is in all sorts of different things, Leons, Golfs, you name it really. This engine does have a cam belt as far as I remember. Some of the other 1.4s in the Volkswagen group don't, so just check if you're going to buy one of these if that's been done. Got the familiar Volkswagen Group coolant reservoir that I think came out with the Audi A3 in 1996. It's been there since the dawn of time. Yeah, this is a little bit noisy. It's probably because I don't know, we're just charging the battery. I like these LED daytime running lights actually. I like those a lot. This front bumper's very nice, and this sort of high spec. It's quite a nice looking car actually. This. Though I would personally just go for some silver wheels. I think that's just my preference. Yes, it does need a little bit of a clean before somebody takes delivery of this. But there we go. I think we should go out for a drive, viewers. I've just noticed this car's gone into 2-cylinder mode, and this is a good thing about the Eco TSIs. They're very, very economical cars. This one probably does in excess of 50 miles per gallon, and you know, I can understand that. It's actually a pretty good car. This, if you can get over these problems these engines sometimes have with carbon buildup on this 1.4, and then you know whether it's a chain or a cam belt, it depends on the year with these 1.2s and 1.4s. And yeah, it's a pretty decent car underneath here somewhere. This gearbox is slick. Yeah, pretty impressed, viewers. Let's look at some trim levels for the B4ST. So the base model is called the S. Now that's very basic, and you can get it with the 69 brake horsepower engine. Then the S Copa, the SE, which is probably the most common one, the SE Copa, the SE Technology, the Sport, and the Sport Ecomotive. You could get that with, I think it was one of the 1.2 turbo engines. The Sport Rider, the Toka, that was a special edition. The Chill, the Connect, the ELR Technology, I think that says, my writing's terrible, and the iTech. So viewers, should you consider a Mark IV Seat B4ST for your hard-earned budget between £1,000 and £5,000 as a sensible second-hand purchase? Well, these cars have the same problems as a lot of Volkswagens of the year. Some of the engines can be a little bit difficult. The 1.2 engines can suffer from timing chain problems. Now, it's very confusing with the 1.2 and 4 engines. Some of them have timing chains, some of them have timing belts, and it's very confusing as to which ones have what and what year they are. But that's just worth checking before you buy any one of these cars. I like this one more than the previous B-From generation that I drove, which had the 1.4 normally aspirated engine. I think I'd get on better with this. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment below. Thank you again to Lee at LSB Car Sales. Let me have a go in this, and we shall see you again very shortly for some more reasonably priced motoring. Excellent.